Okay, so I am finally going to follow up my Half Persian 3-in-1 chainmail video. Put that out a couple years ago. It's almost has 10,000 views, which means it doesn't suck. So you should go check it out if you want to learn this weave. Link in the description. And if there's a card thing up here, it'll be a link there as well. And that'll show you how to do this chain, which is a Half Persian 3-in-1. It's great for bracelets, jewelry, or just a chain if you need a chain. In that video, I mentioned that you can take this chain and then extend it into a sheet. So that video talks about how to start the chain and extend it this way. This video is now going to extend it this way. So we'll zoom in a bit. So this is the 3-in-1 weave. And you can see, I think I mentioned how when you look at the edge, it looks braided, which is excellent, and that's where we're going to be working now. So the first thing we have to do is add a row of new rings. So there's going to be this front row. I'm going to call this the front row. I'm going to call this the back row. You're going to take this ring, open it up, and this first ring on the back row, you're going to loop it in just like that. Soup can't get easier. Just loop it right in. And then close it up. All right, grab another ring. It's a little funny keeping it organized at first, but all right, that's that ring we just added. To add the second ring, you see where these two in the back, they overlap each other, and there will be an eye. There's an eye right there. And that's where you're going to put the second ring on the new row. You're going to get it through that eye. And then close it. So those are the two rings we've added. And then that's going to be the same down the rest of this new row. That's the second ring we just added. And then see where that next overlap is. You're going to go right through that eye. There's the first ring and the second ring. Right through that eye. Close it up. And then we're going to head to the next eye. I'll do this one more. There's the eye, you can see it. Ring's going to go right through there. And then up. you can see, we've got a new row of rings forming right there. I'm going to do the rest of this length, and then I'll be back. So just do the whole length the exact same way. Alright, I'm back, and I'm at the end of adding them on. When you get to the end, you're just going to loop that last ring all by itself. Alright, now that's our chain. We've got the original chain here, and we've got our row of new rings up there. What's going to happen next, give me a second, I'm going to open a couple of these in a row. What's going to happen next is we're going to build the new section of 3-in-1. So this is going to be slightly different from building the original chain, in that now we're only going to add single rings because all the rings are there. In the original video, to build the original 3-in-1 chain, you add 2 rings at a time, an open one loop through a closed one, and then you stitch them both on. This one, those are your 3 rings, and this is the 1 ring. 3 are going to go in 1. And it's going to be that same pattern all the way down the length. So it's actually going to be very similar to the beginning, that very first stitch of making the 3-in-1 chain. You're going to grab these 2 rings, and then you'll flip the ring up and grab that one. If you watched that first video, that should be nice and familiar. I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to grab these 2 rings, 1, 2, and you're going to flip and grab that 3rd ring, and then close it up. And that's it. So now, that's your first 3. Now you're going to just move down 1 ring. And now that's your first ring. You're going to grab that ring, the one next to it, and then you're going to flip, and then that ring right there is the one you grab with the flip move, and then come up there. I'm going to do that again because there's a lot going on. You're going to be grabbing these 3 rings, 1 ring, 2 rings, and then flip, grab that 3rd ring, and then come up in between. And close it. Do that again. Find the next ring. Grab 1 ring, 2 rings, flip, and then grab that ring and come up between. One last time. There's the next ring. I'm gonna grab 1, 2, oops, That happens constantly, so don't worry about it. Alright, there's that ring. You're gonna grab 1 and 2. Flip, grab, and through. And then close it up. And then, with that, it should be pretty easy to see. You've got 2 3-in-1 chains linked together side by side. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest. I'll come back and show you the result of what that second row looks like. Alright, there it is. That is 2 rows of the Half Persian 3-in-1 built together. It looks really cool, I think. So this would also just work as a bracelet if you wanted a slightly thicker one, especially out of this 14 gauge steel. It's very kind of like, I don't know, masculine biker type of thing. But if you want, you could extend it even more and create entire sheets and do something like a chainmail shirt. Or I've always thought these would work really cool as like the sleeves of a chainmail shirt. You'd have these nice like lines running down the shirt, down the sleeve. So, and then to extend it, you would just do the exact same thing. Link a new row of rings and then weave them through. And then, much like with the original chain, you've got this kind of vestigial ring on the end. And it doesn't really work there. So just remove that ring, and that neatens up the end. This end, once you get another row on there, you can same idea as the first chain. If you take that ring and then loop it on there just through those 2 rings, and this end is finished and even as well. So it's all the exact same skills. So give it a try. If you have any questions, leave a comment. Again, check for the initial row of 3-in-1. Check out my previous video, link in the description, and let me know if you want to see another weave or something else that you have questions about, if chainmail, leatherwork. I'll see you next time.